that we have taken away in our Constitution from the American people. But the Supreme Court seems to want to ignore that.
It's a common refrain that people accuse judges, Supreme Court justices who don't share their political opinion of judicial activism. You've said that that phrase isn't helpful because what it doesn't distinguish between is sort of activism or advocacy versus extremism.
Yeah, so I think it's very hard to figure out what people mean by activism most of the time. And so the question that I think you should ask is really, is the court doing what a court should do? Is it acting in a way, is it answering questions that courts are good at answering? And this is a question, right? Who is qualified to be on the ballot for president that absolutely is within the competence of courts? And the Colorado court, to its credit, tried to answer that question. But what the Supreme Court has said now is basically you're not going to get a judicial answer. We're not going to decide that question, even though it's our job. And I think it's doing that out of a sense of institutional self-preservation, which is bad because the court should not be trying to defend itself. The court should defend America. The court should defend the Constitution. The court should defend democracy. But I really think that at this point, the court is worried about itself.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, right? When you say the court should not have to defend itself, it's the same as any institution that is attacked. There is an instinct to do so, but when that instinct causes the court to not do the right thing, it's self-perpetuating. People who didn't trust the court will trust the court less.
Yes, I think the court is not doing its job now, and it's an interesting question why it's not doing its job. One answer would be it's been taken over by the MAGA extremists. I don't think that explains a majority of the justices, maybe a couple of them. But I think the more powerful explanation is they're trying to win back some popular support. So I think the reason they took this immunity case probably is they want to decide something against Trump, right? They say he can stay on the ballot, but now they're going to say he doesn't have this crazy total immunity that he's claiming, and they're going to try to present themselves as a balanced institution just being a fair referee.